Hey, and welcome to probably the video. I have been wanting to do this for years, but honestly, I've been kind of afraid to do it because I know that this is going to be controversial, and I'm kind of in the mood to be a little controversial. I'm going to be ranking every single One Direction song. Yeah. I found 90 songs. Now there are some unreleased songs, there are some covers, but I'm not gonna count like the covers. They did a cover of One Way or Another, Teenage Dirtbag, and then like all their X Factor covers. And then there were like some unreleased songs. I'm not gonna do all that because I feel like it's not fair. So these are One Direction TM songs. Over the past 2 days, I went back and listened to every single song. A really hard task for me. Just for a little bit of a refresher, I wrote every single song on a little notepad. Just up front, we are going to disagree on some of these, and that's okay. That's okay, you know. But honestly, even number 90 over here, better than most songs that I listened to. Like, all of these songs are One Direction songs, and that holds a very, very special place in my heart. Drink some tea in on this is like, what kind of tea was this? It was like apple cinnamon tea. Even if you're not a One Direction fan, I hope you join along because it may make you think like, oh, she put that at number 3. Maybe I should go listen to it. I'm going to try to be as objective as possible with this. Like, what is a good song? But I know that my biases that I have for certain songs and memories with certain songs are gonna come through. Also, this is going to be a blind ranking. I'm not gonna really be switching around songs. I'm just gonna kind of put it there, and that's where it's going. Because we would be here all night, up all night. So their first album was Up All Night. And what better song to start with? First single, What Makes You Beautiful. That's probably all I can play. I think this is an objectively good, not just good, really amazing pop song. If I did not like this song, I don't think I would have liked the band. I don't think I would have dove in head first. I'm gonna put it at like 8. It did make me feel good about myself. It's telling the girlies how beautiful we are without it, but we don't even think we're beautiful. You know, Gotta Be You. Wait, I feel like I'm gonna have to move this. I'm gonna go down a little bit. See, this is the issue. I think once I get on a roll, I'll be okay, but I think I'll put it down at 15 actually. Can you even see it a little bit? There have been some Gotta Be You haters out there, and I'm not one of them. I would put it. Is this crazy? I'm ranking these so high. I need to like chill a little bit. I'm gonna put Gotta Be You at 13. It just evokes an emotion in me. Then we have One Thing. This was another single, probably the second most popular song from Up All Night. It got overplayed. What Makes You Beautiful is definitely overplayed, but it's one of those that like I don't feel the overplayness of it. But with One Thing, I kind of do. I think I'm gonna put it at like 54. I love trying out new and different fragrances and seeing which ones make me feel more confident or feel more like me. And that's where Scentbird comes in. Thank you to Scentbird for sponsoring this video. Scentbird is affordable and it minimizes risk because you're not committing to a full-size bottle from the get-go. And your first month is only $8. After that, it's only $17 a month. This makes Scentbird perfect for fragrance lovers or novices. Their selection is diverse and they have over 900 fragrances to choose from, so you can find exactly what you're looking for. They have popular brands like Prada and Versace, and also more niche labels like Parfum de Marly. You also get a 30-day supply of each fragrance, giving you enough time to really experience the scent. There's a lot in here, and maybe even find your signature fragrance. So first we have the Maker Revel with notes of lychee, pineapple, frangipani flower, and rose water. This one is really light and airy, a good daytime scent. Sangria and Saffron by Malul, with notes of saffron, raspberry nectar, damask rose, ambergris, and suede. I love this one. It's sweet, but at the same time light. Another good daytime scent for me. Joie Blush by Malul, with notes of pear, pink pepper, jasmine, honeysuckle, and cashmere musk. This one to me feels warm and cozy. Last we have Vanilla Mistral by Ormonde Jayne, with notes of pistachio, pomegranate, fig, cardamom, and vanilla. A good one for night if you're going out with some friends. Their packaging is small and so easy to carry. I always have one in my bag. So if you're interested in trying Scentbird, scan the QR code or use the link below. And with my coupon code Maddison2, that's Maddison with 2 D's, 2, you'll get 55% off at Scentbird. Plus you'll get free delivery to your door and a free case. You get the product for half the price, just $8. That is a steal. So thank you to Scentbird for sponsoring this video, and let's get back to it. I guess we have more than this. A slow song. What I liked about this song was that the solos were distributed more evenly. So if you don't know, in the first album, most of the singing was coming from Liam, Harry, and Zane. Louis and Niall didn't get too much airtime, hence Let Niall Sing. There was a hashtag that was Let Niall Sing, and we were like actually so serious about this, about letting Niall sing. We're gonna let him sing. I'm gonna put it like 71. We have Up All Night, the title track. Oh, we can't play it that long. There's the infamous line, Katy Perry's on replay. She's on replay. This was a fun song though. It was fun. It was a fun song to listen to. 68, I Wish. It's another kind of slower song, but it's still got a little beat to it. The girl that they love is with another guy and they're saying, oh, how I wish that was me. I'm a sucker for songs like this. I kind of love it. I'm gonna put it at like 49. That's Tell Me a Lie. I'm gonna put it at like 40. I kind of love it. I was really into this one when I first would listen to this album. Taken.
Now that you can have me.
I love this. So this song, I believe, was the catalyst to the sassy man apocalypse. This is a very sassy, like, who do you think you are? Who do you think I am? You only love to see me breaking. You only want me because I'm taken. I love the little oohs in the background. This is actually a top contender for me. I don't know. It's just so, I think it's like, if you take this song like not serious, not like super serious, it's good. It's like really funny and good. I Want. This was a really fun one to listen to. Is it better than Tell Me a Lie? I wouldn't say so. I'm gonna put it at 43. I'm kind of covering it up. I tried to space them well, but Everything About You. This is a very like boo boo. What I loved about this album and their second album was that it was just like loud pop. It was just like kind of in your face, which it was just energetic. You could feel that they were giving it their all. This is one of those songs that you could be like, oh, it's not very good because it's like everything about you, everything that you do. Like repeating the same lyrics over and over again, but it's done so well, and you're hearing like Liam's touch in certain songs. I was thinking about it even more when I was listening to these songs again. His touch added so much to so many of these songs. Like his falsetto in the background of this song made it what it is. I love this song. I'm gonna put it at 27. Same Mistakes. This is another slow song. I don't think I'm gonna put it super high. I'll put it at 58. Save You Tonight. Okay. This song is about like, I want to save you tonight. Like, I can't be no Superman, but for you, I'll be superhuman. This is another one that I'm like, it's so fun to listen to, just if you don't take it seriously. There's another part that goes up, up, and away. I'll take you with me. Like, I'm just picturing them in capes. Like, we're gonna have to go like 87. I love, see, that's the thing, is like, objectively, it's, yeah, I'm sure like a reviewer would say, this is not good. Stole My Heart. What can I say about Stole My Heart? This was my favorite song on this album. This was one of only a few songs they never sang it live. I've heard people say it's kind of like a party, like if you're at the club, like this would be a good song. It's so different from the other songs on this album. It's not just like, we're boy band pop. It's more like, the light shine. Like, it's so good though. I'm gonna put it at 7. I don't care. Stand Up.
From the moment.
So these are like the extra songs. So a couple songs ago we sang about, you know, I'll save you tonight, I'm a superhero. This one is about robbing something, like they're a robber, okay? They're saying, so put your hands up because it's a stand up. I won't be leaving till I finish stealing every piece of your heart. I'm gonna put it at 89. It's just a silly song, but I still love it, of course. Moments. So this was a slow song. This was like an emotional song. You might notice this as we go on with the other songs, but there were some slow songs that like were some of my favorites, but it seems that a lot of their slow songs are not my favorites because I come to One Direction for fun, pop, boy band, Joie. Okay, so Moments, written by Ed Sheeran. Ed Sheeran has some really sad songs, especially written around this time. Moments is like one of the fave songs by a lot of people, but it wasn't one of my favorites. Another World. This one seems like it was just kind of added to the album just like last minute. I mean, it was one of the bonus tracks, so like it wasn't picked for the core track list. It might go at 90. I can't really think of another song that would go here, but we'll see. It just didn't have the oomph that the other songs had to me. Nah Nah Nah. There's some Nah 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 haters. Okay, calling your song a nah 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 is just kind of funny too. Like half the song is saying we're like nah nah nah, then we're like yeah yeah yeah, always like nah nah nah, then we're like yeah yeah yeah. Maybe I'll put nah 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 here. This is making me really sad that all of these are at the bottom. I Should Have Kissed You. Okay, forgot about that like glass shattering sound effect. At the very end of this album, this is the last song on this album, they come back around and they're like, actually, we remembered who we were. We remember we're One Direction. Maybe like 76. Up All Night, we're all over the place here. So now we're on to Take Me Home, which was their second album, released on November 12th, 2012. I would say Take Me Home and 4 are my top 2 most listened to out of these albums and my favorites. Another loud pop, just like in your face. Live While We're Young. This was like one of the singles off of this album. Let's Go Crazy 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 Till We See the Sun. There are lots of good memories with this one, but objectively I would say it's kind of like 51. Kiss You. I did like Kiss You. The music video was really fun. You know, I might put it at 81. Is that wild and crazy? Little Things. This was one of their first, like, we're slowing it down. This is guitar and like nothing else. As time went on, everyone was like, wait, were they like hating on us? Because some of the lyrics are like, you still have to squeeze into your jeans, but you're perfect to me. I think this song like did help a lot of girls. I'm gonna put it at 35 though. Even though I'm saying like, I love this song, it's like halfway down the thing. Okay, we're getting into the good stuff here, okay. Come on, come on. This was where I was like, okay, come on, come on. Not the deepest lyrics, but just the production and the pop. I would call this song pop perfection, really. Just so loud and yeah, I've been watching you. So good. I'm gonna put it at like 11. Last First Kiss. I really like this. I would say 38. Heart Attack. Another one that really packs a punch. I would put this at like 31. Rock Me. I love how it opens with, do you remember summer '09? I was 12. Like, I really don't know what to tell you about summer '09. I was just eating my Lunchable. Like, girl, and I think I used to think about this song and I was like, I was at camp that summer. 69. Change My Mind. This one's slower too, but it has a build. I like the slow One Direction songs that have a build to it. Zayn really gets me in this. I'm gonna put it at 30. I would. If I'm listening to this song, I have to get up and dance. I'm dancing. So this was just about like, would he say he's in love? Well, if it was me, then I would. And we know I love that kind of stuff, so I love it. I'm gonna put it at like 24. I don't know, like I would. Over Again. Another slow one. There's a lyric on this one that says, hole in the middle of my heart like a polo. And I thought they meant like the polo logo, but apparently that is like a candy, I believe. That looks like a lifesaver and it's like a polo. Hole in the middle of my heart like a polo. I was just confused over that line for a long time because I was like, whoa, the hole in the middle of your heart is like the shape of a polo. That's kind of crazy. Because that's a pretty intricate like design. The live version of this, like in the movie, so good. I put it at 45, right in the middle. Back for You. This is where it's probably gonna get really controversial. Loud and Proud. I'm gonna put it at 12 because I feel like these are similar. They Don't Know About Us. There's a lyric in this song that's like, they don't know about the up all nights, which I was like, whoa, they're like talking about their last album. Maybe like 66. But speaking of slower songs, Summer Love. I think off of this album, this is one of the most underrated songs. Okay, so the slow songs of theirs that I do love are the ones where they're harmonizing and they're all singing together. They just all sound so beautiful together, and it's a certified classic in my eyes. It sounds so different from their other slow songs or just any of their other songs, especially on this album to me. I'm gonna put it at like 14. She's Not Afraid. She's not afraid of scary movies. But how come she's so afraid of falling in love? Now, why don't you tell me that one? Why don't you tell me that? I think the lyrics of this one are fun and clever. That being said, I'm gonna put it right above Little Things. Loved You First. This is honestly one of my favorite One Direction songs. 6. I don't know what it is about it. Probably when people listen to it, it's not much different than their other songs, but something about this song, it goes from like good to me, and then it goes like boom, boom, boom. It's just, these are good descriptions. And of course, like the songs that are like, I loved you first, babe, like come on, babe. I love those. Nobody Compares. This one I think has to go number 5. I've been re-listening to this song so many times recently. Still the One. I'm gonna put it at like 28. So these are little like extra songs. These are on like the Target version of the album. Truly, Madly, Deeply. This is another slow one that I thought was really sweet. I think the singing on this was really good, like the performance, but it wasn't like just top-notch show-stopping for me. So I'm gonna put Truly, Madly, Deeply at like 56. Magic. I feel like this song should be on a Disney Channel soundtrack. Like that's what this song sounds like in a good way. 47. And then the last song, Irresistible. What I really love and appreciate about this song, they were hashtag letting Niall sing. They turned up his microphone. This is another one of those that they all sound so beautiful together, but you could like hear Niall's voice kind of above everyone else's. Like you could really hear his. 23. So then the next year they release an album on November 25th, 2013. And they're like, we're different. We're different now. We're rocker boys. Okay, we are a rock band. They release Midnight Memories. Their single is Best Song Ever. We danced all night to the best song ever. There are so many good memories with this song, but I'm gonna have to put it at like 70. The singles, I think I've just overplayed them so much and I hear them so much. But for some reason, What Makes You Beautiful like surpasses that. Story of My Life. I love this song. I'm gonna do 21. A really sweet, sentimental music video and song, and they all sound really beautiful. This is when you start really hearing like, oh, they're mid now. Then we have Diana. This made me so jealous of any girls named Diana. At first I was like, oh, this is about Princess Diana, but I really don't. It could have been, I don't know. 37. A little bit of rock. Like they're adding just a little bit of drop of rock. Like it's not anything crazy, but like we were like, whoa, these are rocker boys, especially with Midnight Memories. This was like such a switch up for them. I liked this song, but not like anything crazy. I'm gonna put it like 61. You and I think this is going to go down as a classic. This is another one of their slow songs that I absolutely love. It builds at the end. They each get their little moment in it. I absolutely love it. I would put the high note, the Jayne high note. We had never heard such sounds in our ears before. Okay, Don't Forget Where You Belong. This one has an infamous lyric. If you ever feel alone, don't. 78. Don't Forget Where You Belong. Strong. I think this is a good song, but it wasn't one of my favorites. I'm gonna put it at 83. Happily. Okay, this is the One Direction song that I have this love-hate relationship with. I'm not usually a fan of the type of music that this song really is, but this song gets it etched into my head and it will not get out. So that must mean I like it in some way. I think this was a song that Harry wrote or helped write. A lot of people love Happily. It's not my like style of music that I like. Folky songs. I'm gonna put it low, but it gets stuck in my head all the time. And I don't mind it being stuck in my head. I'm gonna put it at 85. This is so controversial right now. Jayne, this is Jayne's song. You could cross that out and just put Jayne's song. Guess who intros this song? Louis and Niall. Oh, how times have changed since the first album. 44. Even though I said all that about it. Little Black Dress. This was another droplet of rock. No, we thought this was like rock and roll. 29. Little Black Dress. This was like, whoa, we are rocking over here. Okay, Through the Dark. This was another one that was like kind of folky, but I really liked this one compared to Happily. I really like the lyrics to this one too. I'm gonna put it at 46. Something Great. I loved Harry singing in this, how he was singing. I would always like re-listen to this song. I'm gonna put it at like 60 though. It's about middle of the pack for me. Little White Lies. If This Room Was Burning, I wouldn't even notice, girl. Okay. I'm gonna put it at like 80. I don't know. Better Than Words. I'm gonna put it like 74. I'm being wild with this. I guess like I did like Midnight Memories, but I feel like the songs were so random. I like loved these songs, but like objectively listening to them, I don't really listen to these as much anymore. Why Don't We Go There? This was not my favorite. I think I'm gonna put it at 86. Does He Know? This was one of my favorites off this album. I'll put it like here. Alive. This was a very interesting song for me. So this song is like about a person going to a therapist and they're like, I always want to be with all these girls, like what's wrong with me? And then the therapist is like, you know what? Hey, it's all right. Does it make you feel alive? Like hello, like just do whatever you want. And I'm like, that's a bad therapist. You should go to a different therapist. I could not relate to this song. This was not I don't want to be with every guy I meet. I'm not just like a crazy gal. The bridge to this song is really, really good with Louis leading the way. 65. And we end the album with the slow Half a Heart. Half a Heart. Basically like I'm walking around with just one shoe when I'm not with you, babe. That last part was not in the song, but when you're so used to hearing like the boom, 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 wonderful, so yeah, it just didn't hit as much. Like, I guess in comparison to like Little Things got me, but Have a Heart, it was just kind of a general like slow, sweet song, you know. I'm gonna put it here. This is crazy. Apparently I was not a huge fan of Midnight Memories, which I was, but You and I is right here. Okay, so then a year later they're like, you know what, we're coming out with our 4th album. What are we gonna call it? 4. Little did we know that that was also a little bit of a look into the future, that there will only be 4 members. Steal My Girl, one of the singles. Love Steal My Girl. I don't know, I feel like everyone that listens to it, they're like, it's a great boy band song. What I'm getting at here is like, I want to hear from a boy band, I want to hear sweet little songs about like, don't steal my girl. I don't necessarily want to hear about like how what your therapist is saying to you. I mean, sometimes I do actually. Ready to Run was kind of like happily and stuff, but it felt more full to me. I loved Ready to Run. We're gonna put that at 26. Where Do Broken Hearts Go? We're bringing it back to like the loud red broken heart. 36. I feel like that's a good place. 18. I Have Loved You Since We Were 18. We're hearing some of the accents coming through. They are very grown up at this point. This has the famous We Took a Chance. That right there. Girl Almighty. When I first heard this song, I was like, what are y'all saying? What are y'all saying? And I still honestly say, what are y'all saying? And it's like a surfer song too. Her light is as loud as many ambulances as it takes to save a savior. Oh. You know, like, I love this song. I'm gonna put it at 16. Fool's Gold. Like, basically about a guy falling for someone, just like, I let you use me, but I'm not done yet. You know, I'm falling for your fool's gold. It's good lyricism. Fool's Gold. Night Changes. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'm gonna put it like here. Night Changes. No Control. So this wasn't a single, but this was like a fan-made single. People loved this song, and Louis loved this song, and he was like kind of the front person to this song. And I just love the whole story behind it. It's a really good song. It wasn't like one of my favorites, but the story behind it made it really fun. But I'm gonna put it at like 50. Fireproof. But I remember this being one of the first songs I heard, and I was like, this is so good. They switched up their sound. It's such a simple song, but it's so, it feels full, and it feels like real to them. It felt like they liked this song. You know what, I'm gonna put it right here. I'm gonna put it right there. Spaces. Who's gonna be the first to say goodbye? Looking back on this song, were they singing about Zane? We don't know. We would never hear what any of these songs really meant, so we could interpret it however we wanted. You know, I didn't listen to it that much. Stockholm Syndrome. Now, I don't think I knew what Stockholm Syndrome was until I heard this song. It's like, baby, you've got me tied down, but I still love you, girl. Like, I'm always gonna come back like I've got Stockholm Syndrome, babe. I actually think like the premise of this song is really creative and interesting. Put it at 25. Clouds. The first time I heard this song, this is one of 2 One Direction songs that I wish I could go back and listen to it for the first time. Listening to this from, especially, maybe you could expect a song like this from a different artist, but from One Direction, Clouds, so good. I'm gonna put this at number 2 because I already know what number 1 is. Change Your Ticket. Basically like, hey babe, why don't you stay a few more days? Change your ticket, babe. It kind of sounds like 1975. There are good parts to this song, but for some reason it just didn't really like hit for me. Ooh. Illusion. This one has a lot of haters. Illusion has a lot of haters. I think Liam was one of the writers on this song. You know, it wasn't hitting as hard as some of the other songs. Once in a Lifetime. This is one of the most beautiful One Direction songs to me, solely because of their voices. It kind of sounds like old-fashioned, it kind of sounds 70s to me for some reason. 9. Act My Age. Okay. Act My Age, they close out this album that has like just all these different like 1975 like kind of chill vibes sometimes, and then they go Act My Age. The Irish Jig, when I'm fat and old and my kids think I'm a joke, I'm still gonna act like a child. It is a fun ending to the album. I love when albums end with like a boom. And it's not like a slow song. I do like slow songs to end the album, but sometimes I just like a switch up, just kind of like boom. 52, is that crazy? Because some people do not like this song. But you know what? I like how it's just so different and Irish sounding. We're on the last album, but before that, One Direction, if you didn't know, had an EP with one song that was not on any of the albums. It was called Home. It's devastating that this was not put on an full album because a lot of people don't know about it. It deserved better. Home deserved better. I'm gonna put it at 19. It doesn't stick on, so I'm gonna flip it upside down. One Direction's final album, Made in the AM, minus one member, and that member was Jayne. Honestly, there were some songs where you could feel it. You could feel that Jayne was gone. You could feel that missing piece. But I think they really tried their best, and I think they did a really good job of making it still sound like One Direction. They knew it was over. I think they knew. They were like, we're gonna make this last album and this is gonna be it. It's an interesting time. So I was already a little bit hurt when this came out. So I had a little bit of bitterness in my heart. So it was a great album, but it was just like, you know, there was a little bit of pain along with it. Strong. Where was Strong? I'm gonna put it here. But when I clicked play, I had no clue what my ears were about to hear. My favorite One Direction song of all time, Hey Angel. This song, wow. It was great. If you've never heard this song, I would really recommend listening to it. The bridge with Liam and Louis, it solidified my love for this song. It's so good, and it's so, I just love the loud, just like in your face, we're just giving it our all, One Direction, you know. Hey Angel, I knew she'd be up there. She looks beautiful up there. Hey Angel. Oh, I forgot there was a number 3 there still. Okay. Drag Me Down, the single. I do like Drag Me Down. Wasn't my favorite though. Perfect. You know what? I'm gonna put Perfect at 8. Even though it was like a single, I don't think it was as popular as I think it should have been. Perfect. I think Harry and Louis wrote on this. I just think the lyrics were good. If you like cameras flashing every time you go out, like if you like someone to write your breakup songs about, baby I'm perfect, like I live this life, flashy and stuff, but it's not gonna be what you think. Infinity. If you're in a sad mood, listen to this, please. I'm gonna put it though at like 59. End of the Day, it's a good, just like fun song, but not in my top. It's kind of one of my pet peeves when someone says at the end of the day a lot when they're talking about stuff. If I Could Fly, 72. If I Could Fly. Long Way Down. If this was another slow song, but it was like really, for a One Direction song, it was like really sad. It wasn't one of my favorites. I'm gonna put it at 77. Never Enough. I did like Never Enough. Wanna pull in the night and get in, don't never get. I do like this song. I think I put it at like 39. Olivia. Oh, I love Olivia. It's a really sweet, just like, I love Olivia. It has this really pretty like string section with Harry singing. Really beautiful song. I'm gonna put that, this is as high as I can go without putting it at 3. Olivia, because I already know what my top 3 is, and one of the top 3 is Here and Ready to Stay. What a feeling. These 3 songs just, they belong up here. And I really thought I was like a Made in the AM hater to some people, but when I really look at this, 3 out of my top 10 are all Made in the AM songs. Love You Goodbye, Why You Wearing That to Walk Out of My Life, Hey Hey Hey. Harry really does sound pretty in this song, but I didn't like this song as much as I could have. I Want to Write You a Song, probably their most stripped down, not Strip That Down by Liam, stripped down song that One Direction ever had. This is probably gonna be crazy because I know some girlies probably love this song, but I do love romantic, sweet songs, but it somehow didn't feel very, I don't know them, but it didn't feel like true to them or true to the One Direction brand for me. It felt like maybe if this came from someone else then I would have loved it, but I didn't really connect with I Want to Write You a Song. History. So this was their last single, was History. And it was basically about like, we've got a lot of history with each other. A lot of people think this is about the fans. Like the music video where they walk off screen and then we never see them together again. Like it's really a lot. It's not my favorite single of theirs. I would put it at 41. Temporary Fix. So they go from that to Temporary Fix. And it's more of like a rock. It didn't really get me the way that it probably got some other people. So I'd probably say 57. Walking in the Wind, so good. I think it's kind of similar to Ready to Run, that I really like the way these sound. It's kind of like that folky sound, but it just feels more full. I don't know, I do love Walking in the Wind. Wolves. I've been through a toxic relationship with Wolves. I feel like Wolves has its haters, but I feel like Wolves is not the worst. It's not, like, just the fact that there is a One Direction song called Wolves is so funny. We're putting it up here. We're putting it up. The last One Direction song ever, AM. Won't you stay till the AM? I remember a lot of people would say that like when they'd connect to their Bluetooth, their songs would be in alphabetical order and this song would always start. It would just, every time you turn on your car, won't you stay till the AM? Yeah, I know that this song was like their closing, you know, like we're here, we're just talking till the AM, just talking about nothing. This was just the closing song. I'm gonna put it at 55 because that's the only space left, but it really, the end, I do love the end of AM where there's kind of like the ooh. I kind of wish it had ended on more of a bang, like 4. It kind of ended on a sad note, but maybe that's what makes it so poetic. Is that One Direction just kind of ended, just kind of, it didn't end it on a bang. It kind of just fizzled out. Wow. I can't believe I actually did this, and I feel pretty happy like with this list. There wasn't one that I was like, oh, that shouldn't go there, but this was more of a blind ranking. I think it was all pretty evenly spread through here. I mean, we had this moment right here, the most random assortment. Well, it's almost AM time, so I guess it's about time to wrap it up. Let me know your favorite One Direction song. That would be awesome to know because I'm really curious. I'm like for real losing my voice. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye.